Good morning again. This time I hope I'm going to be able to completely demonstrate the use of the ruler with the FD-7 and basICColor catch. Now it looks like I was able to fire the software and connect to the instrument without error. Possibly the reason why it wasn't working before, somehow maybe because the base was not connected in completely, but I can see that the instrument needs to be calibrated first, so it couldn't have completed that step if the instrument was not mounted on the base. Could be the reason. I'm not totally sure, but let's see if I can calibrate the instrument now. So I'm depressing the head, and you might hear a little sound in a second. There it is, little sound. Instrument calibrated successfully. Now you see the fact that I have here the top selected. So let's see what happens. I'm going to reach for my target. I'm going to place the ruler on the target. I have not taken the head off yet, the base off, sorry. So I'm going to take the base off now, see what happens. So press this, hold, take the base off, place the instrument on the rail, on the ruler, so it sits comfortably. And now I'm going to press the measuring button and see what happens. So there I go. Drive error, number of patch difference. So I'm going to try this again. So bring back the head over the white patch, hold it for a second. There, I did not quite hold the required time, and I did not wait until I got the beep. So there it is, first row. So now I'm going to go over to the second row, second column, actually in this target. Hold the button, wait for the beep. Now scan and stop here. There it is. Funky noise, huh? I don't know what to say. It's like as though there's something bad going on. Third column. There it is. Go for the fourth column. Wow. It's actually quite fast, huh? I could say. So fourth column, hold it, slide the instrument over the target. Acquisition was finished. I'm scanning bi-directionally now. I'm not bringing the head of the instrument over the top of the target to scan the next row, the next column. I'm scanning from wherever I had scanned last. So I'm scanning from top to bottom now, and so I'm going to move the ruler to scan the next column, and I'm scanning from the bottom up. Hold the instrument, the button, click on the hold it. Now I'm running out of space to hold the ruler, but there it is. Here's the next column. I'm scanning quite fast. I'm moving the instrument head over the patches quite fast, I think. Here's the next one. Next one, done. Okay. Is it possible that I'm scanning in the wrong order? You see, I scan in the wrong order. So I'm going to have to reposition the ruler here, the area that I want to scan, because I was scanning from right to left, and I should have scanned from left to right, and it says so here in the little diagram to scan from column 12, 11, 10 and so on. So I'm gonna start this over patiently. There we go. Done. See, there's a weird patch at the bottom because there's there's a number here. Maybe I should hide that number with some kind of paper so that it doesn't measure, it doesn't think it's measuring. Drat. This will work though. Okay, let me try this. Even if it's not perfect, it will work. So let me try again. Let me go back over here. So hold it, wait for the beep, and start scanning. Good. Now onto the second column, which is right next here. I still need that piece of white paper to hide that number that you don't see on the target. Sorry about that. I'm speaking so low. Okay, so hold the instrument, wait for the beep, press the start measuring button. See, now that makes sense. That's a lot better. So on to the third row. You could say it's a little inconvenient to use an instrument, to use this technique, you know, from to measure left to right or onto the target. But if that's all you have, then you know it's a lot faster than to measure one patch at a time, because there are 300 patches to measure here, and I bet there is no difference measuring in patch mode compared to measuring in scan mode. So the idea is to, especially if you're doing this on real press for real, you know, calibration job, then there's the idea is to measure more than one of these chart, maybe from more than one press sheet, to make an average and hopefully capture the true underlying behavior of the press of the device. But if you're doing this for a laser printer or an inkjet printer, then it's a different story. You don't need to go all the way and measure 50 different targets like this. So now I'm getting close to the first column. As you can see, it's going well. The data is being captured to the computer. Something weird is going on with my speaker, because in my computer, because the noise, I guess I could turn the speaker off, but at the same time you won't hear the noise that it makes. And it's for the purpose of this demonstration, I don't mind the noise that it makes. I want you to see the process, how it goes. So I'm on to the last column. You see, didn't take too long. Beep, I scan, I slide the head of instrument on the ruler, and it's done. And then all I have to do now, put the instrument away and put the ruler away, and I'm going to have to save the measurement. And I could name here that it was in scan mode, and I could repeat that it's with the FD-7, and I guess the date is here, you see that, but I could capture it here, doesn't matter. I could write here any other comment I want. So at this stage I'm gonna go File, Save, and I don't know where it's going to save it, but it did save it. And now what I want to do is be able to save as, because once I do save as, then I can save it anywhere as one of these types of measurement file. So now the measurement file I want to save it under is going to go into my documents, into my I don't want to put it in matte, so I'm going to put it here in call it P2P, and what was it, M0. So this is going to be called P2P M0, you see, and I'm going to put FD-7 scan mode, and this is number 18, and I'm going to put the date here, July 1st 2019 already. It's and I'm going to place it here. I'm going to add a comment to the fact that it is ISO 12642 as far as the format of the file goes. I always like to put as much information as I can into these files, otherwise I'll never know what to do. So here, remember, once I'm in this window, I can always hit this visualize button, and here's the spectrum, the reflectance spectrum of the cyan, reflectance spectrum of the magenta, of the yellow, of the what, I think this whole row was inverted. I should rescan it. It's not done right. Am I able to scan it just over again like that? Try it. I'll reach for the ruler, place it on the target, and see what happens. Maybe the instrument is going to want to recalibrate before measuring, but let's give it a try. Let's see what it does. So I'm going to start off the top, place the instrument back over here, and hold the measurement button. Hey, seems like it's accepting to rescan the column. Ah, much better. Much better. And I can see these rows are not quite scanned well here. Row number G. So row number G is this row over here. Is it this row over here? I think it's this row over here. You know what? I'm going to scan it from the top. See what happens. This is much better. I wonder what this row looks like. You know, I think I'm not able to scan bidirectionally. Let me try one more. This row. There I go. Yeah, this is better. For some reason, the rest is okay now. Except this row here, it's inverted. That's column number 4. It's an important row because that's the row that holds the black. So I'm not going to scan it from the bottom. I'm going to place the instrument at the top of the column, and I'm scanned from the top to the bottom. Here's the beep. Scan the instrument. Now that makes a lot more sense. You see that? That's much better. Hopefully you catch that. So I'm going to save it again, and I'm going to save as, and I'm going to overwrite this file that I created. So now destination overwrite. Yes, I want to overwrite it. Yes. So good thing I did some inspection. Otherwise, I would have missed that, and it would have been you know, at the end of the world. I could have here's the 3D analysis. I like this module. I told them I'm absolutely in love with this module. I love the way it works, and here it is, M0 whatever, no polarization, and there's something here linked with their other software. If you have basICColor print, I think you can export the measurement right into this application to create an ICC profile, but I don't have that application, so I cannot really use it. So I'm gonna quit basICColor here right now, and while I have you on the telephone, I'm going to fire up Patch Tool. You don't see it being fired. I'm gonna bring it in a second into this area. Here's the Patch Tool window. So I'm gonna hit the open file. So I'm gonna go to my documents, and I have Konica Minolta over here, and this is the file that I just created. So I'm gonna open it up. It wants to know what to do about the illuminant, and there it is. Now I'm going to select 25 rows, and this is the whole target. This is exactly the whole target. Now there's interesting things happening here, because as you see, this is the info window of this software. So as I move around the cursor over any of these patches, I can see on the left, on the right hand side, what it is. So I have a choice here, if I hold this, of different metrics, density and all that. So I'm going to leave it on LEB, and I'm going to push this window away like that so we can see that. But you see now there's delta. If I was to compare this to Gracol, then I'd have to open up a Gracol window, but I could do that, and then we would know, the measurements, are the measurements any good, any close to what they are. So far it's so good. It does not show the spectral data because the patch tool only shows 10 nanometer data, 10 nanometer bandwidth, and the FD-7 and catch the export 5 nanometer bandwidth. So I think in the tabular data we can see that. No, it's not being shown over here. Okay, here's the 3D graph window for. This is very similar to what basICColor does. It's really nice. I really like that, and I warmly, heartily recommend you, if you have doing a lot of these projects, that you invest in a license in patch tool, because it's so versatile and so useful. I use it all the time. Anyhow, that's my demonstration for the Minolta and with the ruler. I think it completes the overview of this instrument. Thank you so much for watching.